is enough said.
Good afternoon, Heat Nation. Ernest here. I am back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Excited, you guys, because we talking Miami Heat basketball again. So take a moment, click the like button, don't forget to subscribe, and of course, your boy's ready to rock and roll on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, guys, earlier today, I did post another video. I gave you guys an NBA Finals preview between the Boston Celtics and the Dallas Mavericks. Didn't really do so good. I'm showing not a lot of people viewed that video. So after you're done with this one, would really appreciate if you guys can check that one out. Hit the like button. Don't forget to comment your thoughts. I'm curious. Who would you guys pick? Dallas Mavericks or the Boston Celtics? But we ain't talking about that anymore. That was in the other video. Now, we talking Miami Heat basketball now because we're going to talk about a few trade ideas today, you guys. There's no brand new rumors for the Miami Heat. You know, Bam Adebayo did an interview about the Dallas Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. Really don't think there was much to talk about that. I do want to give big ups. I'm a few days late, but I wanted to give props to my hero, the guy that I grew up watching, my very first favorite NBA basketball player. You're going to think it's Michael Jordan. No, Alonzo Mourning. Alonzo Mourning was the very first Miami Heat player, was the very first player I got into back in 1995 when I was just an itty-bitty boy. Zoe was my guy. And then to see that he was suffering from stage 3 prostate cancer, had his prostate removed, I definitely want to give big ups to Alonzo Mourning. I want to send my prayers. I do wish him a speedy recovery. And it's a reminder for those that are 50 years old and up, you know, even maybe a little bit younger, get checked, man. You know, I know there's people that subscribe to my channel that are over 40 years old, 50, 60. For those of you people, you know, make sure to get checked. I want you with me for the long haul. So get to your doctors and get checked. Now, let's get back to the Miami Heat basketball talk. Prayers for my boy Alonzo Mourning. Now, I want to give you guys a few trade ideas because the video that I posted a couple days ago with the Lauri Markkanen trade idea, not a lot of people really liked it. So I want to come back and I want to give different options. But not just that, I want to give some options for Donovan Mitchell. This video is going to be about both Lauri Markkanen and Donovan Mitchell. Now, I asked you guys the question yesterday, who would you prefer, Mitchell or Markkanen? And in my opinion, it was pretty split. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piggyback off of yesterday's video and I'm going to give you guys some trade options. And then what I want to ask you guys after the trade options is now, which one would you do? Because it's depending on who we have to give up. That's a factor as well. Now let's start with Lauri Markkanen. As I've mentioned a couple days ago, you guys, Lauri Markkanen is on an $18 million contract. He's on the very last year of the contract. As we know in NBA, when you are the final year of your contract, you are either going to have a contract extension or you're most likely going to be traded. NBA teams very rarely allow players to just walk into free agency, especially if it's a player that they can get multiple draft pick capital for. So I don't really expect Utah to let Lauri Markkanen play off this final year. Especially Danny Ainge. That boy would be loving some draft picks. Now, the trade I gave the other day was Duncan Robinson, Terry Rozier, a combination of 3 first-round draft picks for Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton. People pretty much didn't like that. So I got another one for you guys. And remember, even though the Miami Heat are a first apron team, they're able to make certain trades, especially if it gets them under the salary cap, which is another thing that the Miami Heat is looking for. So I have another trade for you guys. Miami get Lauri Markkanen from the Utah Jazz. And in return, they send back Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero, to me, is the shiny piece for Utah. Danny Ainge loves him some Tyler Hero. He's been high on Tyler Hero since Hero was drafted by the Miami Heat. So we know that Danny Ainge loves Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero can become that guy for Utah. How many times have I said it in the past, you guys? Tyler Hero in this Miami Heat team, it doesn't really fit roster-wise in the starting lineup. Not because Tyler sucks, because it doesn't really fit well with Jimmy Butler. But if you put a guy like Tyler Hero on a team like Utah, Orlando, San Antonio, Houston, he'll ball out. He'll show what type of offensive presence he has. So I think Tyler Hero would be a great benefit for Utah. And I think he fits perfectly into what Utah's trying to do. So Miami sends Tyler Hero and 3 first-round draft picks, including our 15th pick. Now, I understand people wanted to use our 15th pick to get some size. Lauri Markkanen is size. 7 feet tall, 240 pounds, hits 40% from the three-point line. Bam Adebayo and Lauri Markkanen can split power forward and center talk. Lauri Markkanen is pretty solid on the defensive end. He's not the greatest defender, but he's good enough to be with Bam Adebayo. I think Lauri Markkanen and Bam Adebayo can work together. Now, the trade for Tyler Hero and 3 first-round draft picks works. It works for me because I feel that that's a doable trade. Another trade you can do for Lauri Markkanen, you can have a stay with the 15th pick. Now, this is going to be predicated on what else is offered because I understand that people are going to not like this next trade, but you guys have to understand it's a bidding war a lot of times. So the other option, and this is an option if other teams come and make a better offer than the first trade option I gave. Well, then the Miami Heat can offer a package of Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero with Jaime Jaquez Jr., send out multiple first-round draft picks, and you can take on Lauri Markkanen. It works because the Miami Heat are sending $33 million to Utah, and they're only taking $18 million in exchange. And even though they're a first apron team, this will bring them under the first apron line. So it actually benefits the Miami Heat to make this trade, not only because they're getting Lauri Markkanen, but they're also putting themselves under the apron. Now, next season, because if you trade for Lauri Markkanen, you're going to have to give him a contract extension. It's going to be a 5-year max extension. So that will put you over the second apron. But now you have Bam Adebayo, Lauri Markkanen. And it's depending on what you do. You know, you're a second apron team because you also have Jimmy Butler, Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson. The Miami Heat are great at trimming fat. Now, those are 2 trade ideas for Lauri Markkanen, and I want to hear you guys' opinion on those. Now, we're going to move on to the next guy, Donovan Mitchell. Now, the reason why I'm leaving Donovan Mitchell second is because we have talked about trade packages before. I did mention it yesterday, which I think is the optimal trade package. You have Donovan Mitchell for Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and or your choice of either Nikola Jovic or the 15th first-round draft pick. You may have to include Jaquez, Jovic, and the pick, depending on what the competitive edge is like. It's like I told you guys yesterday, there's also 4 other teams that are clamoring for Donovan Mitchell. So Miami's not the only one bidding. So that's going to be the trade package. It's going to be Tyler Hero with the 3 young assets that we have, two of them or maybe all 3. What's our young assets? Jaquez, Jovic, the 15th first-round pick. And then you're also going to have to include 2 future first-round draft picks on top of that for Donovan Mitchell. Now, it may be more beneficial for trading for Lauri Markkanen because you may not have to give up so much, but that's depending on what's available. But I do have one more trade option for you guys. This is a wild one, but it's something that works, and it actually involves Jimmy Butler. And this is something that's been reported in the past, but I've never talked about it. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion. This would be a 3-team trade between the Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Remember, Philly has interest in trading for Jimmy Butler. Philadelphia has interest in giving Jimmy Butler that max contract extension he seeks. So here's what you can do. Miami will send Jimmy Butler to Philadelphia. Miami will also send Tyler Hero to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Miami will also send 2 future first-round draft picks to Cleveland. In exchange, Philadelphia can also send some draft picks to Cleveland to make the trade more enticing. They get their guy Jimmy Butler. And Miami, in return, gets Donovan Mitchell. And we get to bring our boy, Max Strus, back. Love me some Max Strus. Now, Jimmy Butler's not here anymore. The Jimmy Butler saga and the era is over. But now you're going to have a team of Bam Adebayo, Donovan Mitchell, Jaime Jaquez Jr., our 15th first-round pick, Max Strus, Kevin Love. You're going to have a new roster but it's a roster that's led by Donovan Mitchell and Bam Adebayo. Two guys that are 27 years old. Two guys that can not only lead you to a potential championship, but that are also gonna play during the regular season. A team led by Bam Adebayo, Donovan Mitchell. Don't forget you got Terry Rozier in that lineup. Duncan Robinson, you bring back Max Strus, you got your snipers again. Kevin Love is going to give you that veteran presence. You can bring back Haywood Highsmith. Maybe you can bring back Caleb Martin. Maybe you can bring back DeLon Wright. This is going to give you flexibility to bring people back because you're going to get that Jimmy Butler number off your books. Now, numbers-wise, this all works. The reason why Philadelphia doesn't have to send any players, you guys, they're $60 million under the cap. They're not a tax team. They don't have a lot of players that are in contract. Tyrese Maxey's going to get his extension, but they can get other players first and then go over the cap to give Maxey his extension. So this is something that's going to be really interesting, you guys. And it's like I've said before, this offseason, the 2024 offseason, in my opinion, is going to be way more interesting than last year. Because last year it was just the Damian Lillard saga. We were literally talking about Damian Lillard every day and we were waiting. We all thought it was a done deal. We were just waiting for it to get done. And then, boom, dude goes to Milwaukee. This offseason, I feel, is going to be a lot better because you're going to have a lot more players available. I've talked about Donovan Mitchell. I've talked about Lauri Markkanen. But there's going to be others. You don't know what's going to happen with Trae Young, DeJounte Murray. There's going to be other players that are going to come up and they may be available. The Miami Heat just have to sit back, wait, and not screw the pooch on this one. So Heat fans, I want to hear what you think. After hearing those trade packages, would you prefer Lauri Markkanen or Donovan Mitchell? I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate your guys' support growing this channel. If we get to 4,000 subscribers by next Saturday, I'm calling it here now. If we get to 4,000 subscribers by next Saturday, I will do a free jersey giveaway next weekend. I got to give you guys something to go on. Come on. 59% of you that watch this channel ain't subscribed. Click that red button and next weekend, I'll do a free jersey giveaway. Y'all scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Thank you so much for the love. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go Heat.